So when you read most men's style guides, they usually just hand you this like generic shopping list.
Right, yeah. A white tee, a navy blazer.
Exactly. Some dark jeans, and boom, you're supposedly dressed. But I mean, following those top 10 must-have lists
It's
is...
completely flawed.
It is. It's exactly like buying random, really expensive puzzle pieces from totally different boxes and just hoping they magically fit together.
Which they never do.
Right. So, welcome to this deep dive, everyone. Today, we're taking the article we're discussing and really using it to dismantle that generic checklist mentality, showing you how to build a functional wardrobe that actually serves who you are.
And that's the core issue, isn't it? A functional wardrobe actually begins with the person wearing it, not just a pile of supposedly timeless clothes.
Yeah.
It's an interconnected system.
Yeah.
You have to let the clothes serve the man rather than, forcing the man to serve the clothes.
And the proof that the checklist method is failing, guys, is honestly pretty sobering. Like, in the article we were discussing, there's that wardrobe audit done in Flanders, Belgium.
Oh, right, the 198 garments.
Yeah. The average guy had 198 items in his closet, yet 22% of those hadn't even been worn in the past year.
Wow.
They're just gathering dust. So, to stop hoarding useless puzzle pieces, we really have to start by figuring out what kind of picture we're actually building.
Which really comes down to understanding your personal archetype. We see three main aesthetic profiles.
Right.
Right. There's refined, which is all about sophistication and strategic elegance.
Okay, refined.
Then you have rugged, which leans heavily into durability and physical capability. And finally, rakish, which communicates this sort of social boldness and a bit of rebellion.
I love that. And the leather jacket example they gave really clicked for me here.
Oh, absolutely. Think about how context changes a garment. If a rugged man puts on a leather jacket, it just makes sense. It reinforces his grounded physical nature.
Right, it fits the vibe.
But take that exact same jacket and put it on a rakish man, and suddenly it reads as charismatic and edgy. The jacket is completely identical, but the man wearing it dictates the meaning.
But if you're listening to this and thinking, well, I don't fit neatly into just one box, what happens then? Say you usually dress refined for work, but you decide to throw on that rakish leather jacket for the weekend. Are you just cosplaying?
That's a trap a lot of guys fall into, actually. The framework warns against manufacturing an identity.
Okay.
You likely have a primary archetype with elements of another, and blending them is totally fine. But if you're throwing on a jacket just because, like, a style influencer told you it was essential,
Right, yeah.
and it doesn't align with your actual personality, you aren't dressing. You're wearing a costume.
Okay, so once you figure out who you actually are, how do you filter what makes the cut for your closet? The article we are discussing outlines this 4F's quality control system, and I want to make sure I understand how it works in practice.
Yeah, the 4Fs, they act as your first line of defense. So fit is non-negotiable. It always trumps fashion because, two men wearing the exact same size can have totally different body proportions.
Oh, sure.
Then there's frame, which is your visual architecture up top, like how the shape of your glasses balances your face. Fragrance is the unseen layer of your presence. And finally, footwear.
Footwear seems like the anchor there, right? You could be wearing just a plain t-shirt and jeans, but if you swap out like beat-up sneakers for a sleek Chelsea boot,
It changes everything.
yeah, the formality of the entire system shifts instantly.
Precisely. If a piece fails any of those fundamentals, it just doesn't belong. It's no wonder so many men struggle with this, though. Data actually shows that 1 in 3 men rely on women in their social circle for style advice.
Wait, really?
Yeah, rather than looking to professionals who understand these specific mechanics.
That makes total sense. And mastering those mechanics really leads us to this idea of the interchangeable wardrobe. Instead of looking at the price tag, you look at the cost per combination ratio.
Yes, exactly.
I always thought of a strict capsule wardrobe like a restrictive diet where you're only allowed to eat 5 things. But this interchangeable approach feels more like having a perfectly stocked pantry.
That's the real shift in mindset right there. You aren't minimizing clothes just to be a minimalist. You audit what you own and only add a new piece if it actively unlocks multiple new outfit combinations with the ingredients you already have in your pantry.
I get the foundation part, but I struggle when it comes to adding flavor. How do you introduce personality without ruining the system? There's that 5-question aesthetics test for adding new items.
Yes.
And the final hurdle seems brutal. It asks, does it support the image I intentionally want to project?
Yeah, it's strict, but it is the ultimate filter. And before you even add that flavor, there's a golden rule in tailoring you have to respect. A $100 shirt that fits your body beautifully will always beat a $500 off-the-rack shirt that pulls in the wrong places.
Wow, yeah. Which brings us to the pattern paradox. I mean, men claim they hate patterns, right? But when they're asked to rate outfits, the highest scores consistently go to looks like a navy pinstripe suit or gray Glen plaid. Why the contradiction?
It's purely a confidence gap. Men shy away from patterns because they just don't understand the rules of scale and contrast.
Ah, okay.
But when you see a pattern executed well, they instinctively recognize that it looks fantastic.
I love a well-tailored suit, but tailoring can't rescue a terrible pattern choice. How do you know when to stop experimenting before you just look like a walking optical illusion?
Think of it like language. Your solid essentials establish your grammar. They make you understandable.
Okay, I like that.
Experimentation, like patterns, gives you a voice. Once your foundational canvas of colors is reliable, you slowly introduce patterns, just making sure they harmonize with the grammar you've already built.
So knowing how and why you dress absolutely beats just knowing what's currently fashionable. Maximize your combinations and you eliminate that morning panic of having nothing to wear.
Yeah.
But I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. If our clothes speak for us before we even say a single word, what happens to our internal psychology, our actual behavior, when we intentionally step into a completely different archetype for just one day?
Oh, that's fascinating.
Right. Does swapping out that one puzzle piece end up changing the entire picture?